Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you today. Alright, so I wanted to come at you guys because I just received several comments. Okay? Before I get started, I want to tell you guys, please do not tell me or imply that I shouldn't address certain things. The reason why is because I'm choosing to address it because, for one, it's my right. For two, I get this over and over and over again, and then come back and over again. For three, for people that say they will never address anything, they're lying. The reason why is because we all are human. We all have a breaking point. We all have issues. We all have thoughts. We all have feelings. In your everyday life, before you ask me why I'm going to address this, or before you make the comment why I'm going to address this, ask yourself, the things that I've been up against, the things that you guys have seen me up against, how would you have handled the situation? Let's be honest, because a lot of people that are in my circle would definitely not have handled it like I've done and like I'm doing now. The reality is most of y'all would have went off. The same people that say you shouldn't address this and just let it go, or everybody says that, but the question is, would you do that at all times? And if you would, you're the first person that is not human, because we all express things the way that we deem fit. And I'm not going to bottle things up. I'm not going to eat them and submerge my feelings like I've done for years and years. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to always remain a lady. I'm going to always address things with class and grace and dignity. I'm going to always remember that I'm a child of God. I'm going to always remember I'm a wife and a mother, and I need to make sure that I carry myself in that manner at all times. I will do so. I will address issues. I will do that with remaining all of those things. That, I believe, is a class act. That, I believe, is what I'm supposed to do. And that is the way I choose to handle things. Now, I guess that was my disclaimer. Okay? I'm doing this video. I'm going to open up and tell you guys about how I really feel. I'm going to, maybe a lot of you guys that been riding with me, maybe you will understand. Some of you won't. Some of you still are going to have the same thoughts. Some of you still are going to come with the same comments. So I'm not doing it to eliminate these things. I'm doing them so you guys know where I stand on it, and how I feel about it, and how I feel when, or what are my thoughts when things are constantly being asked. Okay? You guys have to understand, I've had somebody, again, several people, I get this every day, you guys. Again, you guys only see comments at times that I don't erase or people don't erase. I don't erase everything. Okay, so please don't go around thinking that. No, I don't. Clearly, if you guys have ever seen my comments, I don't erase everything. I will ignore somebody's behind, though. Okay, I will if I don't like the tone or whatever they're saying. I just won't answer. Now, that's a lot for me because you guys know I answer almost every comment. Okay? Somebody asked yet again, have you thought about incorporating a exercise plan? And it's not just the person that asked me. Okay? Please do not think it's just you if you're looking. Okay? It's not just you. People ask this often, so people don't understand when they see your reaction. And I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about anybody that's on YouTube. You have to understand that we get certain things all the time. So when you see a reaction from some of us meaning YouTube people, when you see a reaction, people may be looking around like, wow, why they acted like that over that one question, or why they acted like that over that one comment. not knowing that maybe that person had gotten that comment 20 times that day. And the reason why you don't know is because you don't go back on the 1,000 or 1,700, like I almost have, videos that you don't see the comments on every day. You don't go through every video, 1,700 videos, and look at the comments, because remember, people can comment over years on videos way back. So when you see certain things or see certain reactions, you don't understand how much that person has actually heard, endured, had to tolerate, had to overlook, like many of you have said, had to not address. You guys don't understand that. So it's easy for one to say, oh, you shouldn't address this, because they are only looking at that one time that they've heard somebody say something, or that one time they've seen a comment, or that one time that's what y'all judging it on. You're not understanding that maybe the person has had it said 20 times every day for 30 days in a month, times however months they've been hearing it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes you're going to see people like myself address certain things. Sometimes it's to vent, sometimes it's to clear the air, sometimes it's to set the record straight. You know what I'm saying? So these are the reasons why we, as people that are on YouTube, deem it necessary to address certain things, even though you would choose not to. So you claim. Are you all following me right now? Okay? It was asked yet again, and I get this all day long. Have you thought about incorporating some kind of exercise? Now, a lot of people, I may get people that word it that way. Then I get people, you just want the fat to melt away and you ain't moving your body and all these things. Okay. Let me break this down, okay? That way I won't have to do it again probably. Now, I've already said in several videos, people still ask me this, okay? I've already said, yes, I work out. I already said I don't work out as much as I should. I already said that I need to increase that and take time away from my busy schedule, just like many of you out there. Okay, I've already said that I need to work on that. I already said that I work out. I already said that I have a regimen. Okay, this is the thing. Just because you don't see something, and just because, God forbid, I would like to keep some things in my life to myself, to my at-home family, to my husband, or to my mom, or to whoever lives in this house. Just because you don't see certain things don't mean it's not done. I just get frustrated sometimes, and you have to put yourself in my shoes, you guys. You really have to put yourself in my shoes. It gets frustrating when people make assumptions off of 2 30-minute videos you may do a day. 2 15-minute videos you may do a day. And people make assumptions because of the other 23 hours they don't see you in a day. They make assumptions of what you're doing in that 23-hour period of time. Simply because they saw you doing a video twice a day, sitting down or something. Even if I did 4 videos a day, 10, 15 minutes at a time, that's still under an hour. You don't know what goes on those other 23 hours of the time. Okay? And I find it really funny that people always come to me like that. When I find it really funny when people, for instance, the person that asked me, you don't reveal or don't show your relationship on YouTube. You don't show your spouse, or you don't show your relationship, how you interact with them, or you don't show how you interact with your children. But that doesn't mean they don't exist. That doesn't mean that you don't interact with them. That doesn't mean the other 23 plus hours a day you're not spending it with them. Are you understanding my example, you guys? So just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not done. And when people, you can say that that's just a question, but the way that the question is worded, they only would say that If they're not making assumptions, they wouldn't word it that way. Example, the way it was worded, the most recent message was, have you ever thought, just listen to what I'm saying, you guys, listen to the words. Have you ever thought about incorporating some kind of workout regimen into your diet plan? If you know anything about comprehending words and comprehending the sentence, you would know that that sentence implies that I am not doing that. And if that is so, why did you come up with that conclusion? Because you saw me doing a video a couple of times a day sitting down? Seriously? And this is, I constantly address it. This is the thing. Just because you don't see me in the floor doing sit-ups, just because you don't see me with my arms raised over my head doing jumping jacks, just because I choose to not show y'all all of that, just because I choose to not show y'all me bending over in the floor doing something, just because I choose not to show y'all me jogging up and down the street or around the block or on a track, doesn't mean it's not done. It doesn't. And after you've done it and mentioned it as many times as I have in a video, you know that more than likely people are doing it to basically throw shade at you. It is what it is. You can't mention something as long as I have. You can't mention something as many times as I've had, and people still say the same thing to you. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not, like I said, I'm not singling out that person because I get it all day long. What I am is I'm trying to set the record straight. Just because I keep some things in my life private, and I think that that's normal. Is that not? I mean, please tell me. Please, I ask anybody below in the comment section, if y'all think it's not normal for me to have something private in my life, if it's not normal and it's so abnormal on YouTube to have something private in my life, please let me know if I'm wrong. What you choose to make private may not be what I choose to make private, but I choose to make that private because that's what I am comfortable with. Are you understanding? For whatever reasons. Okay? That's what I choose to do. I believe that one can get motivation not just from looking at me run around the track. I believe one can get motivation from seeing me reinvent myself. I don't care how many times I have to do it, but never giving up and never giving in. I think that people can get motivation from seeing what I looked like a year and a half ago on video when I was doing talks about Chuck and all that kind of stuff. When people was riding with me and loving me when I was killing myself. I never had issues, you guys, when I was killing myself. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't that really amaze you? I never had digs thrown at me. I never had insults. I never had issues. I never had no haters. I never had people leaving nasty comments when I was eating my life away. Never. But when people saw that I was not going to lay down and I was going to live by the word of God when he said I shall live and not die and declare good works for him, when they saw that, that's when I started getting these issues. Think about that. Why would you think that is? The Word of God doesn't teach us to be silent all the time. It doesn't. That doesn't mean that you're not godly because you're speaking up or you're voicing your opinion. It's the way you do it. And I'm not doing it in a hurtful manner. I'm not voicing my opinion to insult anyone. Despite me being insulted, and despite me being insulted, I'm not doing that to you or anybody that's viewing. What I'm doing is what's normal, which is venting and voicing how I feel and setting the record straight because I think it needed to be straightened. You guys, I don't share everything despite what you may think, I don't share everything. Nor does anybody. I don't care who's on YouTube. They're not going to share everything with you. Just like you're not going to share everything with me. I've shared so much. And just because I choose to have that part private, and it could be temporarily, it could be for the next 6 months, it could be only for the next 2 months. But at this moment, at this time, I choose to have that private. And I thought that people would understand that. I thought that people would respect that. I thought that they wouldn't try to use that against me. See, that's the downfall with YouTube, you guys. That's why a lot of people come to me and say, how do you handle this? And they want to be on YouTube. Everybody says you need thick skin. Yeah. And if you don't have that, it'll develop over time. I don't think I have thick skin. I think I have thicker skin than I had before. And see, I don't turn to the flesh of me to try to fight certain issues or certain things. I just literally, when they say give it over to God, I give it over to God. That's what I do. But also, at the same time, that doesn't mean that you don't set the record straight. I think that people misunderstand or misinterpret with people being Christians that they should be silent and meek and never open their mouth and never talk and never speak and never voice what they feel and never disagree. No, that's what you call a fool. That's not a Christian. That's what you call a fool. And that I am not. So, again, I ask for the same respect that everybody gives everybody here on YouTube. But for some reason, it's so not given to me at times. I don't understand why it's not, why just because I choose to keep something to myself, just because I don't choose to show you me running around the track or doing jumping jacks, just because you don't see me on an exercise bike, or just because you don't see me picking up dumbbells, people make that conclusion that you're not doing it. And it gets frustrating at times. It gets frustrating when you constantly hear it and you know people's intentions. That's the truth. So I hope that this long 20-minute video sets the record straight, because a lot of people don't understand all that you actually go through to encourage people and to continue to press forward and show that. Because I get on here with a purpose. Whether some see it or not, I do get on here with a purpose. And like I said, when you've watched somebody long enough, you become sensitive to discernment, being able to have a certain level of discernment, and being able to tell their true intentions. If you watch them long enough, even if I didn't know I was being transparent and y'all was being able to see through me, you would see it. Even if I didn't know it. Because a lot of you guys have watched me for so long. Are you understanding? My viewers are so in tune with me, they can literally see when I say good morning or something, if I'm having a bad morning or not. Why do I know that? Because people PM me all the time saying it. Whenever they see that. Or if they say, I see a new level of peace in you. You understand what I'm saying? Or I see that God is taking you to another spiritual level. They can tell these things because they've watched me long enough to know. And you just get tired. You just get tired, you guys, of the same assaults and insults and digs and all of that. You get tired of overlooking. Again, would you overlook the same thing 40 times a day? And there's nobody out there that can tell me that you 40 times a day would keep silent about the same insults. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. So that's why I'm doing this. First of all, to draw attention to the fact that this is one thing that I have to endure that you guys don't know about. This is one thing that I press. See, a lot of people don't like my strength either. I know I get a lot of insults because of my strength. Because a lot of people wish they did possess the strength that I have to endure and to keep on at it and to keep pressing forward and to do it flawlessly. I know that. And that's not cocky, that's just knowing who I am. And above all, knowing whose I am. And having confidence in myself. Because see, where I lacked in having thicker skin before, I made up for in confidence. Yeah, my heart was basically on my sleeve at one point. And I'm not going to guard my heart to the point I don't let people love me and for me to love others. I won't do that. I won't. But my confidence made up for the fact that my confidence level made up for certain things. You guys, I just want you guys to know, yet again, just because I think or just because I choose to leave certain things private in my life doesn't mean I don't do it. Just like y'all don't know, see this big notebook? Y'all don't know that Daddy and I sit here most of the day looking up stuff, going to put deposits on stuff for the wedding. You guys don't know that. I haven't shared that with you guys. But guess what? It doesn't mean it's not done. And if you want to just judge from the fact I'm sitting down doing a video a couple of times a day, a couple times tops a day, who does a video standing up? I don't understand that. For you to come to that conclusion, then that means that nobody on YouTube is working out because they're sitting down doing a video. Who does a video while they're walking around the house? This is my comfort time. This is time for me to teach and to guide and to inspire and to talk and to laugh. Who does that? Who does that not sitting down? Am I not supposed to sit down? And it also boggles my mind because a lot of people, it shows that a lot of people have this misconception about fat people. A lot of people do. Because if that's like if you see somebody at a restaurant, you see an overweight person at a buffet, you assume that they eat at the buffet all the time. They may only go once every 5 or 6 months. But people assume these things. So this is why I'm venting about it, you guys, because again, it's not just that one commenter, because I get several comments a day like that, the exact comment, most of the time worded worsely than what I'm telling you. Okay, it's not about the one comment. What it's about is just being fed up with these misconceptions, with these digs, with these people coming to conclusions that don't even know, that don't even view you hardly. And then people coming to these conclusions because they do view you all the time. They run to every video that you make. They're what I call secret viewers. And every video they run into, meanwhile, every video they run into, I'm still getting paid because they're still watching. Hello. Who's the smart one? Who's winning? That just boggles my mind, but that's another story. So, I'm saying all this to say it just gets on your nerves. And these are reasons why people don't want to do YouTube. These are reasons why even myself, I've questioned if I wanted to continue to be on my path and to help people and encourage people and share things with people and try to get people out of the poverty mindset and to actually try to teach them how they can actually have more and do more. When I was doing couponing, when I was teaching people couponing, you know why I was teaching couponing? Because I was in a shelter at one point, as y'all know. And I didn't want women to go without, to have to juggle whether or not they can pay for diapers or pay for their light bill. So I said, you know what, I can't give everybody the world. But what I can do is give a few hundred, a few thousand, the ability to be able to get their light bill paid and diapers. And they won't have to choose which one. So that's what I did. I gave of myself in that way. And that's what I do all the time. I give of myself. When I do these videos, I'm giving of myself, you guys. I am. And I say that because you guys don't know all that one has to endure to do this. And to do it at this level. Because if I have 5,000 viewers, 6,000 viewers, 7,000 viewers, you better believe a person with that many viewers are dealing with all these different personalities. Trust me, they are tolerating a whole bunch of crap. For whatever reasons. Some people do it because they want to be seen. Some people do it because they want the money. Some people do it because they want to help people. Some people do it because they want to branch off and use this as a springboard to do other things. Whatever their reasoning is valid for them, is valid in their life, and I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying is that in order to do those things, they are enduring a lot. And in my case, I do this. I was doing this for free. I was doing this when I wasn't partner. Let's be real. I was doing this long videos, short videos, 6 videos a day for free. And y'all know I was. So clearly, after doing videos for a year and not getting a dime from it, and being visible and seen all the time, and teaching couponing, and taking my time, my whole Saturdays to do this and to organize so that I can show people how to coupon and stuff, and so that I can show people how to open businesses, so I can reveal how I was able to get through certain things in life, how I was able to overcome molestations and all that kind of stuff. I shared those things for free. So it's not about money with me, obviously. The same amount of videos I do now, look back. Look back. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. I still did those same amount of videos I do now. I did them the same way back then, for free. So obviously it's not about money. I do it because I want to help the next woman. I do it because I don't want women to go through certain things that I had to go through. I don't want women to feel alone. I don't want people to feel like they got to give up. I've had people, when I was on Ekans, you guys, I had people actually come to me in PMs, emails, and all kinds of stuff, telling me they can't move out of their beds. That's why I shared what I shared with you guys. See, like I told you in the other video, it's always a system to my madness. It's always a reasoning behind what I do. Just because I don't share it doesn't mean it's not a reason. Some people get that, some people don't. But I shared certain things. Even though I got a lot of backlash, people was actually holding blog TVs about me, you guys. Can you believe that? Holding blog TVs about one person, Big Cuz 52 Kiana. They invested that much in me. That's why I said sometimes people can see greatness in you, even when you can't. Because you're awfully great in somebody's eyes if they're going to spend that much time and invest that much time into you. So, people, when I used to get messages, people telling me they literally couldn't get out their bed. I've talked to people that literally told me they haven't been out their bed in 2 years. Yep, those people exist. They're not just on TLC or on cable network. Those people exist because I talked to them. And I endured certain things. I shared certain things despite what people would say. Despite the hurtful things people have said. I shared those things with you guys because I wanted to inspire those people because they needed it. Because at one time in life, I thought that I was going to have to just go ahead and surrender and die. Just die and just go ahead and accept it. That's the place I was in before. And I didn't want another person on my watch to feel like that. And that's why I endured what I endured. That's why I pushed and showed and shared. That's why. And a lot of things I share and push and tell you guys now, I do it because of that. because of certain reasons, because of PMs, because of people opening up and telling me their story, because of people telling me, you know what, I thought my marriage was going to fail, and when I seen you and Chuck go through certain things, I knew that I could too make it, because y'all did. Those are the things I hear, and that is why I share. People telling me, you know what, I started selling gourmet apples after you showed me how to do it. I started selling gourmet apples at the flea market, or I sell them at my daughter's school, or I sell them at the church bazaar, and I clean up. Now I got an extra income. That's why I show. That's why I share. Those are the reasons. And no, everything I do is not to inspire or to encourage. Sometimes we just want to have fun. But I do things to try to encourage people. And I do things to try to make a difference. Like I said, this is not over one person. I just get tired of the bull crap sometimes that comes along with YouTube. Sometimes it just makes you want to just stop. And before anybody even say it, if you don't know nothing about YouTube, if I stop the day of tomorrow, I'm going to get a check this month, next month, and every month thereafter. As long as YouTube is in existence, I will still get a check. Why? Because I got 1,700 videos that are still going to be viewed every single day. So whether people understand that concept or not, you can leave YouTube and still get checks from YouTube. So obviously that's not the reason why I stay. That's not the reason why I push forward. That's not the reason why I endure what I endure. It must be something else. Think about it. It must be something else. Because the YouTube check will come regardless. You just get tired of the things that go along with YouTube. You get tired of people making assumptions. You get tired of people making digs. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to understand, you guys, I am human just like the next person. No, I'm not going to cuss you out. No, you're not going to move me to the point where I'm depressed. I'm turning to food. I'm giving up. I'm not enjoying my husband or my kids. You're not going to move those things. You're not. You're not. Think about it. I've endured so much on YouTube, right? And I'm still here. So stop. Because all you're doing is just wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Because Kiana's not going to move until Kiana wants to move. And no demon in hell is going to stop that. On that note, you guys, thank you for listening. I know it's been 33 minutes, but I had to get this out because I wanted people to know and understand what people have to actually go through, and also to set the record straight. Just because I choose to leave some parts of my life private doesn't mean they don't exist. On that note, you guys, love y'all so much. Be blessed.